welcome back and welcome to the first of the new way of doing the vinyl first plays. Now, before I get going, you may have noticed there was no adverts at the beginning. Yep, YouTube have demonetised me again, but I nearly lasted a month. Go figure. They've not told me why, they've just done it again, so I'll have a rethink on that one. But anyway, today, like I said in the previous video, I'm going to give the soundtrack to the Wicker Man a vinyl first play, or a vinyl play. I've already played this, to be honest. This is the 2016 silver screen version of the classic British horror film of 1973. This actually has a soundtrack in it. It's got the normal version, the director's cut, and the soundtrack to the film, which is wonderful. And never to be compared, guys, to the 2006 abomination that was the Nicolas Cage version. I don't know why they bothered. And it had Ellen Burstyn in it as well. It could have been so good, but it was so crap. Anyway, so let's have a little look. I do quite like the artwork on this, and the artwork is done by Richie Beckett. It's quite nice though, and it's got this really nice paper cover. Anyway, I'll show you the vinyl. So you've got this unique artwork on the inlay. Carved over this, and have a look at the record. Now, I did actually give this a little bit of a clean, but there you go. 180 gram. Doesn't fit well, I don't know, it is quite solid. It's a beautiful looking thing. So, I went on the actual web page to try and find out a little bit more about this version of the Wicker Man, because there was a double album released originally, but obviously I'll cover that in the wiki bit. But it's got a load more tracks. This has been really whittled down, and I read on the actual web page that done this. It says the 40th anniversary edition has a different track listing to the preceding original soundtrack double album, selecting only the songs to make a single LP. Paul Giovanni, who done the music on here, as well as the Magnet, which was a group of other musicians. Giovanni had always intended to release the soundtrack on vinyl as an album of songs, but this never quite happened due to the film's troubled past, and consequently the existing soundtrack includes extra incidental music. This pressing is unique, presenting the music as an album of those songs, the only time Paul Giovanni's music vision of the film has been accurately represented on record. How nice. So yeah, it's not got as many tracks on there, but it's a fine album. But we'll get to that as well. So, before we give it a play, what did I learn on Wikipedia about the Wicker Man soundtrack? The Wicker Man is the soundtrack to Robin Hardy's 1973 film of the same name, starring Edward Woodward, Britt Ekland and Christopher Lee. The music was composed, arranged and recorded by Paul Giovanni and Magnet. It contained folk songs performed by characters in the film, including some by members of the cast. The songs were arranged to hint at pre-Christian pagan European culture and vary between traditional songs, original Giovanni compositions and even nursery rhymes in Bar Bar Black Sheep. The soundtrack was unavailable until a 1998 release on Trunk Records of a mono-dubbed album from the music and effect tapes at Pinewood from the shorter original cut of the film, hence missing the song Gently Johnny. It was not until 2002 that Silver Screen Records released a stereo version using cues from the tape mixed with recordings from the first Trunk Records release. This release includes Gently Johnny and the missing lines from Willow's song. Jason Nicky, reviewing the album from AllMusic, picked Gently Johnny, Maypole and Willow's song as highlights. The Wicker Man is a stunning soundtrack. Paul Giovanni, together with Magnet, he writes, uses flutes, lyres, harmonicas and guitars in a mixture of original and traditional material to create a mysterious and sinister world that comes to life apart from the film. Chris Jones wrote for the BBC that just as the cult film now has rightly been placed in the pantheon of great celluloid, its soundtrack deserved the same accolades. This is a vital document of a time when the UK could still produce classic cinema. It is also a really fine album. In 2013, Spin ranked the soundtrack 11 on their list of 40 movie soundtracks that changed alternative music. Okay, let's get it on the turntable. That sounded beautiful. I just think the soundtrack's fantastic, and it does make you want to watch the movie again. It's got that sort of like Gaelic-y, don't know, it's just got a certain flavour about it. Pagan, quite erotic in some places, eerie in other places. Brilliant. Right, so I'm going to break it down into three, like I said. So the music on here is all done by, like I said in the wiki bit and prior, Paul Giovanni. I like all the songs on there, but the standout ones for me are Corn Rigs, the opening track, Gently Johnny. Gently Johnny's just, it sounded wonderful. It sounded fantastic, and well, they all sounded nice, but Willow's song is the one. First track on side 2. It's sung by an actress called Leslie Mackey. She should be doing more singing. That song gives me goosebumps. Now, if you don't know this soundtrack, guys, go on Spotify or whatever you can get your bit of listening music on. Look it up, Willow's song. Set of headphones or through your speakers. Sit back, close your eyes and just let it just wash over you. It is so lovely. Very erotic though, but in a sort of a pagan-y, it's hard to describe. I love the album. I really do love the album. And as soundtracks go, it is right up there. So I'm going to give the album, in my opinion, an 8 out of 10 for the actual music on here. You know, there was a double album released on Trunk Records, mono, but it had, like I said, a load of just like sound effects and indents and a little bit of talking from the film. This is more like an album, but the music on here is absolutely fantastic, so 8 out of 10. Now, the presentation. Now, I like the artwork, I really do. I think it looks beautiful. The paper's got like a texture to it, like an old bit of something. And the artwork, who is it by again? Richie Beckett, is fantastic. But I have seen there was a Wicker Man 2010 pressing. It was a limited edition. It was like on an orange marble vinyl, and it had a lavish, shiny, open up double album gatefold sleeve, and it was really glossy, loads of writing about the film, and even the inner jackets like this. I mean, I do thought that was quite a nice touch, but these have actually got like movie posters and all that from the film, so I think that one would probably outweigh this one. But you know, I think it's still lovely. It feels lovely, it looks proper, it is nice. So I'm going to also give that one an 8 out of 10. And now we're going to get onto the sound of the record. Now, this was a good vinyl. As soon as I put the needle down, it was really quiet. And then when Corn Rigs came in, the guitaring, it was really quite loud. So that's always a good sign, you know, when the record comes through really loud. And so it did sound fantastic. The vocals, like I said, Willow's song literally gave me goosebumps on my arms. Come on, guys, you know that's what it's all about. So their voices sounded really rich. The deep parts sounded really deep, you know. It enveloped you. It sounded fantastic. Now, my bugbear is, on some of the quieter tracks, there's there was a couple of little crackles and pops, and I did give it a clean prior. Now, whether I'll be able to get them out or not, I don't know. It might have been the lullaby or the chop chop, but there was a little bit of crackles and pops. It wasn't overbearing, you know, it weren't like firework night sort of thing. But it could, you know, I'd rather it not been there, that's all. But I can't fault the pressing. I think the pressing have done a really good job. If I can clear out the snap, crackle and pop, if I can clear out the Rice Krispies, it'd be an absolutely gorgeous pressing. So I'm really impressed with the actual pressing of the record. Sounds fantastic. So apart from the snap, crackle and pop, I'm going to give this one I'm going to give it an 8. Right, so this is 8 all across the board on this one, out of 10. So 8 for the album, the music on it. 8 for the packaging. Could have been a bit more. I'm being very generous with 8 on that one, really, because I have seen the gatefold and it does look lush. And the pressing, 8. I was tempted to go 9. If it weren't for the crackles, I would have gone 9, you know, but very, very pleased with this. Very, very pleased with this. So there you go. Nice and short. Didn't delve in too much, but guys, if you don't know this and you want to try something a little different, yes, it's a movie soundtrack, but honestly, it's a standalone. But it is such a beautiful companion to this, soon to be watched again by Stripey and his wife, who hasn't seen it yet. She don't like horror films, but this is like, it's a 15. She'll be fine. Anyway, guys, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the soundtrack to The Wicker Man. Have you ever heard it before? Have you seen the film? Let's not talk about the Nicolas Cage one. No. That's just sacrilege. Right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you because I want to round this up and get it edited and put out. Much love. The next vinyl first play I'll be doing will be a Kinks one. It'll either be face to face or something else. So haven't quite made up my mind. So maybe drop down what one you'd prefer to hear. PK, I know you want me to do both, and I will, pal. Right, much love, guys. I will be back with another ramble real soon. Take care.